Hello, my name is Jay Vaughn. I'm a lawyer in Louisville, Kentucky with the law firm Hendy Johnson Vaughn Emery. I practice in both Kentucky and Ohio, mainly handling truck crash cases and traumatic brain injury. I'm going to do a series of some videos for you, hoping it gives you some more information on traumatic brain injury, which will better help you with talking to potential new clients, maybe current clients you have that haven't been properly assessed for a TBI, and some other treatment options or maybe potential experts to look for in cases, because it's the mild traumatic brain injury cases we see the most of, and it's the ones that are defended the most aggressively, because when you get to the moderate or severe traumatic brain injury category, you usually have skull fractures, you have long periods of unconsciousness, maybe they're in a coma, you have very clear brain bleeds, and so the defenses aren't as vigorous in those cases as they are in the mild traumatic brain injury. But the word mild is really a misnomer, because most individuals with mild traumatic brain injury have a permanent injury that results in lifelong deficits. Something, at least for your practice, if you don't already know about this, you can incorporate and have at your arsenal is a definition of a mild traumatic brain injury that's widely accepted, published by the American Congress of Rehabilitation Medicine, known as ACRM. And that basically the definition sets forth that someone with a mild traumatic brain injury is a person who has a traumatically induced physiological disruption of brain function. They need to have at least one of the following: any period of loss of consciousness, it doesn't matter how long; any loss of memory for events either right before or right after the crash or the incident; any alteration or change in their mental state around the time of the crash or the incident. They're feeling dazed, or they're disoriented, or they're confused, or if they have some type of a focal neurological deficit, vision, hearing, taste, movement, walking, things of that nature. Now, if you have that, but their loss of consciousness is more than 30 minutes, now they're in the moderate or severe traumatic brain injury category. If after 30 minutes, their Glasgow Coma Scale, or GCS, is lower than a 13 to 15, they're in the moderate or severe traumatic brain injury category. And if their post-traumatic amnesia, which is a big indicator of TBI, is greater than 24 hours, they're either in the moderate or severe category. And the ways individuals can sustain a traumatic brain injury accepted by this definition, published by the American Congress of Rehabilitation Medicine, is someone's head is struck, something falls on them, they hit their head on an object, they fall themselves and hit their head on the ground or on a shelf, they are inside the car and hit their head somewhere inside the car, or they're in a crash, for example, but they don't hit their head. They can still get a traumatic brain injury due to the acceleration, deceleration movement, the dynamics of the crash and the forces involved. It's something known as coup, counter coup, where you have the brain being twisted or bounced against the inside of the skull. Now, in most of the mild traumatic brain injury cases, the imaging at the hospital is going to be normal or negative. So if your client didn't have a skull fracture, didn't sustain a subdural hematoma or bleeding on the brain, their head CT will be normal. Early on, if they have a brain MRI, most likely will be normal. Doesn't mean that later, one done with proper settings and proper protocol and a better quality machine, won't be positive. But if the early imaging is normal, your client still may have a mild traumatic brain injury. That's just an initial, I guess, definition or some information I want to provide you on mild traumatic brain injury. The next series of videos, we'll talk about some of the common symptoms and signs of brain injury, and the different types of medical providers, different specialties that you may want to be aware of in these cases. And finally, we'll talk about maybe some of the common defenses and ways to rebut those in brain injury cases. So with that, I appreciate you watching this video. Again, I'm Jay Vaughn with the law firm Hendy Johnson Vaughn Emery. Thank you.